Ladies and gentlemen, we have been working towards this all morning. Finally, the moment has arrived. Would you please welcome the huge man, Batista? The WWE World Champion, and he's joined us here in the studio, wide world of sports, the Man Mountain, the one that Ewan McKenzie says, I want him on my side next week when we take on the Crusaders.
Batista, how are you? Good to see you.
Thanks very much for joining us. I feel like, I feel very small, I'm sorry.
Kenny, we're a bit intimidated, but we saw what happened many years ago to Kenny when a wrestler came on and there was a fight broke out, but there was two of them, so it was double trouble.
Yeah. Your career, I mean, it's just, I can't get over the following that you enjoy. I mean, it's just amazing out there. Everywhere we went this week when we promoted the fact you'd be on the show, everyone was sort of saying, fantastic. We're going to get smoked out of here in a moment, but before we all disappear, I mean, are you amazed at the culture, the following?
Honestly, no, I'm not. You know, just because I'm first and foremost, I'm a fan, and I just love our product so much. I believe, and I grew up watching, and I just. You know, I think it's one of those things where once somebody watches, it's real easy to get hooked on.
How did you get into it?
You know, it's not very interesting. I just kind of fell into it by chance. I met some wrestlers and went for a tryout, and tryout didn't go very well, but you know, I really developed a passion for it.
As a kid, you're a skinny kid. You had a size complex. Look at you.
Yeah, you know, it was weird because I grew tall first, and it took me a long time to fill out. And I was always muscular, but I was just very tall and lanky, and I was kind of very uncomfortable with my body. And I started lifting weights and really developed a passion for it.
I mean, the thing about this, that you guys are athletes. You can look at it and sort of say it's showbiz, it's athleticism, it's a bit of everything. And you get yourself in tip-top condition. But everything goes with these shows. It's a rock and roll wrestling show, isn't it? At the end of the day.
And that's why it's so fun.
Yeah. I mean, what do you enjoy about it? Do you enjoy the competition? I mean, what's the part that you enjoy most about when you jump in the ring in front of, what, 30, 40,000 people?
It's just, you know, it's I don't know, we're entertainers first and foremost, but still, you know, as an athlete, I look for some type of competition. We compete with ourselves, we compete with one another, you know, trying to outdo each other, outperform each other. And, you know, try to have, you know, even within, you know, shows, there's Raw, Smackdown, ECW, we're all one company, but they're very competitive between shows.
Batista, how's your relationship these days with The Undertaker? There was a massive feud a year or so ago.
He's actually, he's my toughest rival. Yeah. But, you know, I learned a lot from working with him. He's just amazing. You're talking about a big guy who's athletic. He just doesn't come much better than Undertaker.
Do you find that, you know, you're a bit of a walk-up target for a lot of people? You know, they sort of say, oh, you know, you think you're tough, but you're not really tough, and we're not quite sure what this is all about. I mean, we've seen all sorts of incidents over the years. We say, you want to see how tough I am? Try this one on.
No, you know, I am. I know I am. But I worked in nightclubs for like 10 years. I was a bouncer. And I developed a very high tolerance for jerks. So, you know, it doesn't bother.
Is that where the Batista bomb, your signature move, came into play?
In the bouncing? Did you learn anything? Well, you got these tour dates coming up. I mean, it's going to be absolutely packed, and you know, you're going to have a tremendous time right around the country. There we are. The Shakedown Tour. There's all the dates there. I mean, get into it. I mean, you're in all the major cities, and it's just going to be one of those. I reckon it's one of those things you say it's a fun evening at the end of the day.
It's a great evening.
Yeah, I mean, are you looking forward to going anywhere in particular? You've been to Australia before at all?
Yeah, I've been to Australia a few times. I've not been to Sydney since 2005 for a show, so I'm really looking forward to coming back.
Mate, on this Smackdown tour, do you have anything like the Hell in the Cage scenario? I mean, I've seen a couple of those, and that's about survival more than winning, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it is. So, you know, those matches are always real interesting. They're very dramatic. I don't know what they have lined up as far as stipulation matches like that, but I believe for myself, while I'm in Australia, we have 5 dates here, and I'll be competing against, I believe, MVP, and I think competing for the World Heavyweight Championship against Edge and Undertaker. So.
Okay, I mean, I reckon you got a bad rap. I mean, you're such a gentle sort of Batista the Animal. You don't strike me like that.
Don't push him. Don't push him.
But what would you have for breakfast? What do you eat? I think I'd probably rather feed you for the day than a week.
60 wheat things.
I eat tons of protein. I'm real big on protein. Like today, I woke up, I had a couple omelets and order of eggs Benedict. But I pretty much, I try to eat healthy as possible. It's one of those things where I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder. I'm not trying. I just want to be athletic, stay in shape.
What's your worst injury you've had?
I actually blew out my tricep, and it was blown out pretty bad. I had a very large man. His name is Mark Henry. He's about 400 pounds. He crushed my arm, and it was shredded to pieces. actually took a piece of my hamstring out and wove it into my tricep to repair it.
Dear
It was
me.
pretty bad. Yeah.
Look, I mean, the Americans, you follow our trends all the time, and you know we don't get much credit for it. I do this tongue in cheek.
Okay. I'm just going with you there.
I'm only joking, Batista. But we're in rugby league, particularly. We've got things like we've called the crusher tackle. We've had the chicken wing tackle, and these are rigid edge, and the grapple tackle, and these are things that have crept into rugby league over the last couple of years. A lot of conjecture actually in Australia about putting wrestling into body contact sports. A lot of people don't like it. But we've got our own resident, Reg Reagan. Now, Reg is a cult following here, and he's a coach on the grapple tackle, the wing tackle. I want you to have a look at this and see if you can pick up anything from Reg. Now, he may not look like much. Now, this is one of his tackles. See, he's showing a representative team here a few weeks ago. This is another tackle he was showing. And now I'm just wondering, when you look at this...
How did he do that?
I'm looking at him. Can you pick up anything from Reg Reagan, what you've just seen there?
No, you know. If you ever try to tackle me, one of those are that's a reason to fight. We're gonna go to blows. If you ever.
Be in the wrong ring for those ones.
Now look, you know, and thank you for being a good sport.
That wasn't what I was expecting. I heard about it.
Well, actually, when we showed it, we weren't expecting it either a couple of weeks ago, but it certainly got a good response. Now, you've come a long way, you arrived in the Hummer, and we figure, you know, you deserve a challenge, at least when you come to the Wide World of Sports office. So what we've done, we've lined up somebody here from Channel 9. After scouring the entire network for somebody to take you on, we finally came up with Liam, the editor. Yeah. So, would you come over here and we'll
Okay.
Now, this is quite a challenge for you.
This is scary.
This is awesome.
Oh,
Just step across here, Batista.
all right. Cool.
Now, this is Liam. He doesn't say much. and we've asked him not to say much, and it's an arm wrestle. And in your own time and your own rules. The guy is not to be intimidated, by the way. He won't be intimidated.
What do you think about his outfit here, Batista? It's
interesting.
It's interesting. And now, wait there, we put him up on the box. There we are. He hasn't flinched. He hasn't flinched. You admire that?
Tough. Yeah.
Okay, away we go.
It has a lot to do with your mindset.
Okay, well, here we go. This is a mindset. Away you go. Here we go.
You sure you want to do this, editor? He's shaking a bit. Okay. How are you? I'll start this caper off. 3, 2, 1, go!
How's he going?
You're grimacing there, Batista. You're grimacing. Do you need a hand there, editor? You need a hand?
Editor. That's it. And that was just with one finger, Batista.
Look at the guns. Look at these biceps on the editor.
Okay, congratulations. Well done on the WWE Tour.
What a draw.
Thank you very much. And thanks for having a bit of fun with us.
Good on you, mate.
And
thank you guys.
I look forward to having you back again soon.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll be back with more right after the break. Don't forget, we've got a two-part special on Anthony Muntean. Well done.
Thank you.